Good morning, good afternoon, good night. It depends your time and your location. You are joining us today at Eastern News 24. I send the bike and konyo chili azelo, utotoma, eyoma, mbodoma, stenebis, Venezuela, no basikatana Eastern News 24. I stop nanka bubasizgi, in Venezuela, ni wa kukabalu, subscribe button on the notification. Makagin kera pimisene for update, dika ene hotel ni wa kuna Eastern News 24. Alright, if I hotel no basinkata ya wapu ni also, in if I would elika. Ya bụ ife bụ gbasta maka the insecurity and the challenges a na-enwe na obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya and nwere ụwa a na-azụ n'ala Igbo. Alright, onye nje gị n'onu ya bụ former chief of staff. Quote, I challenge Imo State Governor to play CCTV on the prison break on Imo State as army staff defend Biafrans. Maka ya bụ ife, unu ga-ege ya bụ ife, unu ga-esia ya I got a on a drop rifle chain rock. All right, over to you, sir.
So what you call insecurity to them is politically instigated insecurity in Southeast. Look, let me tell you what they find out. Let me land on this. When the prison was invaded in Imo State, for those of you that know Imo State very well, Douglas House is a governor's office. It's very close. It's just along the place. I had the opportunity to visit that place during Obasanjo's time. There are powerful CCTV cameras mounted on those places.
Okay.
32 Brigade, Obis, is not up to 20 kilometers from that place. Then you had gunmen, unknown gunmen. I'm here to tell you that these unknown gunmen are known by the politicians that are using them. Unknown gunmen had access to that place, passed and entered into the prison, operated for hours, and there was no counter response. And you want me to believe that it is ESN or Biafran Republic government in exile? You are joking. Anybody that believes that, tell them to play. Tell them to pull out the CCTV on that Douglas House and let's see the people. If you can, why are they hiding it? I've been calling for why are they hiding it? Why can't they play it for people to see? Because that CCTV must be functional and on that day when these people march across that place to go and invade the prison. So anybody that tells you that insecurity in Southeast is caused by the agitators, that person is a liar. There are, maybe I would tell you from where I am coming from. There are individuals, interest groups that can use, this insecurity in Southeast to commit kidnapping, commit mayhem, commit all kinds, even armed robbery cases. It can happen. But I'm telling you that I don't believe that it is the agitators, that are causing the insecurity in Southeast. It is the politicians. It is the politicians one. It is the politicians two. It is the politicians. It is the politician 1 million times. Let them go and tell me that what I'm saying is not right. Thank you so much. I am from Upper East Region, Ghana, and my mom is a Biafran from Abia State, Ngwa woman.
Okay.
And I happen to, because of my mom, I happen to serve in the Nigerian army for 18 years.
Yes. He said he served in the Nigerian army for 18 years, and that is a very long service. If some girls are 18 years, they have started giving birth. So 18 years is not, it's not 8 years. In fact, I remove my cap for you. It's not easy. All right, sir, you have the mic. Let me ask you a question. There have been a lot of controversy right from time. They said Nnamdi Kanu was the one that was orchestrating insecurity in the Southeast. When Nnamdi Kanu was detained, they have started also pointing fingers to so many people as well. But the question I am trying to ask, and that is what I want you, sir, to establish, a concept from this as an experienced military officer who have served Nigeria for good 18 years. In my own community in Ekanotis down there, so many communities are under siege of the terrorists, they call bandits. And our side, some people were telling me even yesterday here that there are dead bodies in the bush. The killing is too much, the kidnapping is too much. And these are not Biafra agitators. The Biafra agitators are not in our state. And this thing is happening more than the Southeast. They claim that Biafra agitators are the ones sponsoring the insecurity. I am saying that if there is no ESN, all these people in our state, and we are experiencing the worst, how can we believe that it is Biafra agitators who are sponsoring this? You have the mic, sir. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Mazokocha. And I am so happy to be with you today. I think this is my second time or the third
Of
time
joining me live.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. You see, there is nobody in Nigeria that knows the system very well that will tell you, a different thing from what they are saying. There is no one that will do that. We understand what is going on in that country.
Talk to us.
If you don't understand what is going on in that country, I believe that most Nigerians must have listened to Oboda Melafia. He is dead now. The man made a stunning revelation of how these people operate and how they are moving southwest of Nigeria. But mysteriously, after the expose, he mysteriously died. Nobody knows how he died. Obadiah, after the exposition, died mysteriously. You understand? So that is how it is. When someone, the only person that they have not, attempted to deal with is T.Y. Danjuma. Because when you look at what T.Y. Danjuma did, you look at the echelon of military hierarchy, T.Y. Danjuma is there. T.Y. Danjuma made a damning statement again concerning the insecurities in Nigeria. Just like he said, ESN, even when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu set up ESN, he was calling on the Delta State governor to allow ESN to come to the bushes of Delta State and chase these people out. Because there was a time in Delta, in some of those communities you mentioned, they were preventing them from attending their farms.
Not some time. I'm telling you what is going on now as I'm talking with you.
Good. You see, where are the ESN? Is there any ESN, presence of ESN in those places? But our people from that axis are still being killed, murdered, and all kinds of atrocities meted on them. And you see people who are Igbo-speaking Biafrans coming out. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu didn't start with violence. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu started by preaching and talking. He was talking the reason why. Remember, he started with the restructuring of Nigeria. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu never meant well for Nigeria, will he start, agitating for the restructuring of Nigeria? And when you look at it, and people, when you restructure, you go out, you protest, they unleash the barrels of guns and bullets and munitions against you. So what will you do? Innocent people were mowed down. I don't want to use some certain, words here that those that control this platform will not flag you. I have to use some kind of words. I believe that people will understand what I'm talking about. So many people were fired. So many people were sent into the mud. So many people were rolled from, jumped, and whipped. These are unarmed, innocent agitators. The world was watching. These people that are coming out now to say, oh, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu brought insecurity, they kept quiet. It is the primary responsibility of the state government to protect lives and property of your own people. If you fail, you are a failed state. Mazo Kocha, you see people coming out. They are having a field day in Nigeria. You see terrorists that are not indigenous to Nigeria coming to Nigeria to unleash mayhem on the indigenous people in that country. How will a country that is, let me say, a country that protects the sovereignty, if you are not able to protect the sovereignty of your own, the territorial integrity of your own state or your country,
meaning you are not a country,
you have no reason to be there.
Yeah.
You have no reason to be there because you have failed. You have failed. That is what Nigerians are going through. Look, let me tell you, Nigerians are semi-government on their own. They provide themselves with electricity. They provide themselves with pipe-borne water, borehole in my mother's village and in the town in Aba. They have boreholes. They have solar dishes, okay, that they provide themselves with electricity. They build their road, especially where my mother comes from. They contribute money. Majority of them are outside. They are in the diaspora. They come home and contribute and build their roads. Where is the government? Now, to protect life, if they cannot give you all these little things, do you think that the big one of protecting, where you are going to spend a lot of resources protecting their land, do you think that they will do that? Even when they vote money to do it, you cannot know the whereabouts of these monies. And Nigerians are made to pay with their lives. You cannot move in the north, especially in the north. And because they are not curtailed, the government has failed to tame these people. They have now grown. They are now grown. They have become so strong that they will now begin to expand their tentacles towards the eastern part, the southern part, the western part of Nigeria. Go and see what happened in Enugu. Recently, there was another pioneer, a woman in her farm in Enugu. Is it Isu or Isu in Enugu? Recently, I don't think it is even up to 3 days ago. Where is the government? Where is the government? Where is the security architectures of the states? If you cannot protect your people, you are a done deal. You are finished. You are not a government.
Honestly, sir, Nigeria don't have a government. But I would like you to talk more about the causes of this insecurity, because you were going to that angle. You were trying to say something about it.
Insecurity in Nigeria is man-made. Insecurity in Nigeria is man-made. You have a group of people that you don't have the same ideology with. You have a group of people, interacting and living together with a group of people that have these different religious values and beliefs, the cultural differences and so on and so forth, militating against each other. I'm using you as an example. There is no way your ideology will be intertwined with the ideologies of these people. They feel that they are superior to you. They want to lord themselves over you. Will you want that to happen? Then there comes insecurity. And the attempt to take over the land. These are known facts. We are going to use the Midwest as willing tools. And the South, the estate of their forefathers. What are they doing today? How do you want to tell me that you have security outfit from control by the state government, and people are occupying your forest illegally? The Constitution of Nigeria Acts authorize individuals to go and reside in the forest. Mazokocha, when you move away from your place, you are going to the northern part of Nigeria. Do you go and reside in the forest and prevent people from doing their natural, way of life and way of living? Don't you go to the town and rent an apartment, or go to the hotel and rent an apartment? How can you now commit terrorist attack against the people in the town when you are residing in the town? It is easier for you to do that in the bushes. Just like you, Danjuma said, there is an act of ethnic cleansing that is going on in Nigeria. People are ethnically cleansing people to take over their land. For example, if you go to some places in Benue State, there are places over there that are no longer belonging to the indigenous people. In fact, it got to the attention of their sons and daughters in the diaspora. They wrote a petition to the House of Representatives. What happened? It was thrown out. It was thrown out. It was thrown out. Okay, so these are the things that are happening. They are encouraging them to come into your land and force you to leave, impose, attack, and send you into IDPs where they take over your land. It is land grabbing. It is land grabbing. This is what is going. Let me tell you. In so many places around Africa, people have animals, cows. I have never seen where people are roaming with cattle on the street. But in Nigeria, you permitted that to happen, and they use these cattle and enter into your farms. The farms you took loan to cultivate. They took it over. They graze on it. And when you come out to confront them, they will unleash mayhem on you. Hey, my brother. So these are the things, that is a way of instilling fear in you. They will use these processes to instill fear in you so that you will run away. But when you pick up the same, maximum, the same strength and the same, energy to challenge them, then they will now send the military to come and defend them. Didn't you see in Ogun State or Ondo State when the military were escorting them with their cows and everything? Didn't you see that video either in Ogun State or Ondo State? These are things that are happening. These people are well protected, and the point is that they want to take over your land. They have tried in subtle means. Ruga, it didn't work. Livestock economy or colony, it didn't work. Water resource bill, it did not work. Now they have now used this man to pass a livestock what bill. It is now constitutional in your home, in your country. Federal government facilitating individual private business. I have never seen that in the world before, apart from Nigeria.
All right, sir. Officer, from your own personal experience, do you think that this insecurity going on is caused by Biafra agitators in the southeast? Because I listened to one journalist from UK, a Nigerian descent, when she was saying that people in government strategically place killers in the southeast to, to scatter the area, to carry out ethnic cleansing, to make sure they reduce people who are agitating, to make sure they reduce the power and influence of the people of the southeast. I don't really know what you think about that.
When you are fighting a very horrific system, in Nigeria, you are in for a very big mess. They will deploy everything within their arsenal, within their, disposal to destroy whatever they feel that is kicking against the authority, the so-called authority of that country. That is what you see. So when you look at Mazen Nnamdi Kanu issue, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, like I said before, did not start as a terrorist. He was agitating for the restructuring of Nigeria, which failed. If you listen to Shetima, the current vice president today, he disagreed in the restructuring of Nigeria. He disagreed. Today, he is the vice president. 2014 confab was a very good document that was set up there by then Goodluck Jonathan in order to reduce this insecurity and people moving from one place to another using their own private businesses against other people. That could have solved it, but it failed. Now, coming to what that man is telling you, I don't see Biafran agitators, Oduduwa agitators as the problem of Nigeria. They are reacting based on what is meted out on them. Remember, self-defense is not a criminal thing in Nigeria. It is only in Nigeria that self-defense is criminalized. While I was growing up, my stepdad was a retired colonel as well in the same Nigerian army. He had his weapons with him. That is what they call first line of defense. There are villagers in those days that were able to have 10 guns, single barrel guns, double barrel guns, pump actions to defend their homes against and for hunting of games. These are categorized as first line of defense. What you can use to defend yourself in case anything happens to you. But the Nigerian government, knowing fully well what they wanted to do, they withdrew all those first line of defense from the individual citizens of Nigeria and take over the responsibility which they cannot, and allow those that they are supporting in what D.Y. Danjuma said to carry automatic assault rifles to commit mayhem on the Nigerian people. That was the beginning, because once your gate is open, it is easier for the enemy to enter and march into your compound. But withdrawing that from you makes it easier for the enemy to come in. And that is exactly what they did. From that time till today, you see the attacks going, happening left, right, and center in that country. So for me, I don't believe, if you listen to Hope Uzodimma, if you listen to the recent release from OT, They said that the problem, insecurity in South is politically motivated.
Yeah.
The reason why the Biafran agitators under Mazi Simon, the reason why you saw Mazi Simon Ekpa came out is because of the illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me ask you one thing. If the court had said, even there is a court in Enugu that has proscribed the IPOB as a terrorist organization, that ruling is there. It has not been stayed. There is no stay of execution on that ruling from that high court in Enugu. But you see people today on social media, in their private places, still calling them terrorists. You see people in Nigeria still calling them terrorists. Some people who did what they did, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today and see if most of this thing that you are seeing will happen. Mazi Simon Ekpa, according to him, he said, once you release him, then he will come out and determine what is going to happen. Why are you keeping him? When you are court of appeal has quashed all the charges against him, within that a day, to tell you how wicked Nigeria is, this thing cannot happen in St. Clans. It cannot happen in St. And Nigerian people have supported it, and that is why it has grown a very serious taproot that cannot be, removed. Within one day, this court of appeal judges made their ruling. They changed them overnight in Nigeria. They changed them overnight, constituted another court of appeal judges that had made a pronouncement of stay of execution. Where in the world would that happen? Even most of you that live in foreign lands, in developed countries, where in the world would this happen? If not in Nigeria, a country that cannot even protect their citizens. You want me to call that country a country? You can, even as we speak now, there are so many places. National grid, some part of national grid is out. Nigerians live in darkness. You cannot protect life. You can't even feed them. Crude oil that they know you as a crude oil producer, a crude oil producer. You run your refineries down, you cannot. If individual will set up refineries, workable refineries in Nigeria, what stops the federal government from doing so? You cannot even refine oil. Look at how much Nigerians are buying petrol and diesel in the market, kerosene and so on and so forth.
And the buying with Dalulin Neno. Plus some kawe went the former army staff who could he exposed some certain things, namely Eastern Legion and a bona on the IPOB name. Upon the free folk who knew how Kubastamaka beef. Kifi wole Kubastamaka befenda Ninoku. Drop or feature no dinkegi na Eastern 24. Baba si no to your bow zido kempa. I'm gonna come no munem.